On the muscle up, we basically are going to get you in a position like this. On your knees, your feet back behind you, toenails on the ground, okay? And this will be the position that we have you. And then what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you lift your knees up off the ground, keeping the toenails engaged on the ground, right? Feet just flat back behind you, the toenails touching the surface, and they don't come off the floor, okay? So you're just going to raise your knee up a little bit. Cool? Things that we can look for in this transition is that false grip. Push your knees directly under the bar and your feet back behind you. Okay, and back up just a touch. Right there. Legs together, toenails touching the ground. And what I will do is, first thing I want to look at this false grip, right? Here's about the simplest way I can break that down. Put your wrist on there, grab the ring, and turn it in. Okay? That's all it is. Set that wrist right there on it. There's the meat. Grab the ring, turn it in. There's your false grip and your leverage. Cool? And we just want to see you do a pull, right? That false grip, I'm not even worried about a turnout right now. We've got you low to the ground. We've got that false grip going on. I'll show you how to do that when we walk over. We've got that false grip, and we're keeping that in here, and we're just going to lift and pull a little bit. As we pull, we're going to take the knees off the ground and lower them back down. I'll have you do about 2 or 3 of those just to make sure that you maintain this movement as a nice, tight movement, everything inside the body. All right, so false grip, and that's what I want to see, right? You can see that we've got the meat and potatoes there on the rings, right? Elbows are going to be in. She's got her toenails on the ground. Their foot position does not change. Now, her lower extremity here is her scale and her self-spot, okay? She's now spotting herself in the movement that we request of her. So here's what I want you to do, Michelle. In here, and just lift your knees only off the ground and down. Knock that out 3 times. And what I'm watching for is to make sure the false grip is maintained, that the elbow stays close to the body, okay? Come up a little higher. And back down. One more time just like that. And back down. Good job. Take a break. What happens if my elbow goes out? What happens if I take that elbow and go away from my body? Where's the ring? It's away from my body. Let's just go ahead and pop out to an iron cross, right? Think about that. It should be right here, right? So we basically have this false grip, open, 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 closed, dip. That's a muscle up, right? So pull, 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 dip. Open meaning open chest, closed chest. Rings here, rings here. My rings are here on the pull, they go to the dip completion, and we finish out. Okay? And this transition that we're about to show will mimic that movement over and over and over with you self-spotting on the lower limbs. Okay? So this is going to cause a little bit of stress on the ankles, and you just need to kind of be aware of that as we do this leverage. Now what she's going to do, we've got the pull, open chest, elbows in, false grip, and we're going to go to the closed motion, okay? And as we do this, she's going to pull, 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 and use her legs as the spot, and just basically go from open to closed and finish out the dip, okay? You don't need to spot me. Okay, ready? Nice and slow, muscle up. And back down. And that's it. Did her feet come up off the ground? They did when she finished the dip. So this is all the spotting that we need for this movement. Now, if I've got someone who doesn't have a ring dip, we will spot for you. And I'm going to show you how to spot this. Who does not have a ring dip? Got a couple of you, all right? That's fine. We'll show you how to scale that thing too. Ring dip is important to this. If you let somebody just get in your box, and I'm going to get on my soapbox here for a second. You let somebody just get in your box, and you just have them jumping up into a muscle up, just get up there and do it, go, go, go. You're doing them a disservice. They need to be able to understand what this transition is like. If they kip too wildly, they throw their chest forward too much, and the ring goes back behind them, and the shoulder is gone, we got problems, right? Dynamic plane, these things move. So let's just spot. So I'm going to come around and grab her hip and muscle up and follow her through the movement all the way to the top and back down. Cool? It's that simple. All right? So the spot's going to require, again, hands on. Grab that hip, get the hands around, follow them through. Just sumo down and follow it up. Questions? All right. It is important to go over the cues again. Let's just do this one more time. On your knees, please. See how the knees were a little bit above the bar? We want to get them directly under the bar. Show me your false grip. Toenails on the ground behind you. Legs together, and just lift up a little bit and down. Go ahead and do your muscle up. Nice and slow. Finish it out. Let's look at that just one more time. And all I want you to do is watch her chest area. It's going to be open, 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 closed, finish the dip. Knock it out. Open, 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 closed, finish the dip. Where people will sometimes get in trouble is they'll launch off their feet going forward, and as they do, that ring will pop back behind them, right? I've also heard cues of coaches saying, just imagine you're jumping through a window. You're throwing that chest through a window, right? If you don't have control of that kip and you do that too hard, you're screwed. It's over. Okay? Get the strength to do this movement first. This is training it as a strength core control movement in my mind. And then muscle memory is repeated, neurologic is repeated, the firing systems are going, you're figuring it out, you know how to do it. This is open, this is closed, finish the dip. If you don't have a dip, get a dip. Cool? Get your podness. Let's get a little bit more false grip on that, right? Okay? Just a little more leverage, elbows inside. Rory, you're going to stay with him the whole time. Right here, brother. No, you're here. That's awesome. Bring it there. And keep that nice and close, right? And I want you to just lift your legs off the ground a little bit and back down, right? Now look, don't go here on me, right? Here. What you're doing is trying to be closed in this movement. Be open, 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 then we'll go closed in the dip and finish out. All I want you to do is keep this chest open as you lift up. Right now, lift up and down. Okay, well, since you went ahead and went to the dip transition, let's finish it out. Yeah, absolutely it was. It was lovely. All right. Let's take this. Get that false grip. Or what you might say is, brilliant! All right, so elbows in. Elbows in. Stay with him the whole way, Rory, okay? And get your, do me one favor. Come down here to the hip. Get the hip there. Ready? Press and pull. Finish it out. Up, 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 up. Good job. One more time. Do you have a muscle up?
No.
Okay.
I thought that was obvious, but...
Cambridge, it was. It's called being polite. Us Southerners do that shit. All right. So where do we want to get him at, right? We want to get him directly under, legs together. Keep those vibrams on the floor just like that, right? He won't have to worry about spotting on the first part of this move. So all we're going to do is false grip, elbows in, right? So just do me a favor. Take your elbows and go out wide. Hands are going away from the body, right? So again, it's going to be this movement. So go ahead and lift your knees off the ground about 6 inches and down, right? And keep it in like this, just like that. Think about the hands coming next to the peg. Go. And down. One more time. Good. And down. So on this next movement, we're going to now start using the legs. So as you pull, you'll press with the legs. He's going to spot you from behind. So you're going to actually come over here and just straddle the calves, walk up to him, grab his hips. You're going to have to squat your hip down, so we're sumo in there, right? You're going to be literally, we don't want to be in his bacon, we want to be up on his bacon.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable.
Back up. I don't blame you a bit. I'd been uncomfortable if that big bastard was behind me. So what we're going to do is legs together, and he's going to follow you through the entire movement, Stephen. Yes, sir.
As spotting, I'm actually helping him go through, or just...
There's no twist like this. He's going to do the open and closed here with his body movement. You are lifting him up to finish out the dip transition. I'm assuming you have a dip on rings, okay? Elbows in. As you lift, press with the legs and finish out. So pull, open, open, open. Not too bad. Come back down. Nice negative down. Don't worry about working the negative. We're going to fire you up here in a little bit, all right? So false grip, thumbs around, elbows in, please. And, okay, now stop. See how your hips are bent? We want to open that hip. Great. And elbows in. And muscle up. Okay, good. Stephen, I'm going to have you back up. Just hit one more for me. He just worked the negative again. He's showing off. He's showing off. Okay. No, it's okay. So, elbows in. This is all you. Press and pull. Good. Now do one really, really slow for me, Andrew, because what I'm seeing here, you guys come around and watch over here. One thing that I want you to watch is the hands itself. If I take this and I go real fast and these things come out nice and wide back behind me, that's not a good thing, right? So as a coach, when you're watching this, when they've got this, I want to make sure that the hands are like open chest and close to the body. So keep that in nice and tight, okay? And you can kind of see them pop out there a little bit, right? So I want him to keep it in nice and tight as he can, all right? So nice and slow, press and pull, better, okay? It's just a bad habit to take this and bring it outside the body. That's going to be bad, all right?